Beer from Kunacht, wine from Farshire, moonshine, only local, the best there is. And fish, lots and lots of fish. What's your poison? No, I don't recall anything like that. No, listen. I don't know what's going on, but I doubt any of the half of them couldn't tell the quartermaster's seal from a pile of hoss. But that means... no. Impossible. What if... Holy moonshine. I remember. Sigibald. It was Sigibald who left those documents behind. I've no idea how you found out about it. Sigi. He's dead. Taken by a fever. Aye, of course I have. I didn't just throw them in some cabinet. I was afraid they'd fall into the He was a good man. I wouldn't get rid of my... Here, after what you said, I assume you'll make good use of them. Even though things are getting weirder and weird. Nope.
Excuse me, could you get me a clean glass? And I mean clean, not just wiped 3 times with a dirty rag. I'm not sure. I don't mean to say that you peasants all look the same, but you have to understand it's quite difficult for people like me to tell anyone apart in this dreariness, especially since there seems to be so many people like you here. I thought the South was supposed to be more secluded. Well, I'm sorry if you felt offended. I won't bother you anymore.
Hello, child. You look competent enough. I can see that you're not of noble blood. Oh, no need to tell me that. I've tutored the children of aristocrats from... Oh, and you don't look like one of the locals. Are you a visitor? You can talk. Now, I'm sure my name is Lady Elaine. I oversee the Farshire Library, the greatest... Oh, biding my time, until a brave adventurer with a Oh, surprising. I'm looking for someone who will help me find a certain art. I came to the Horns of the South because I found a fascinating book. It referred to a certain object. A figure, most likely, which has the ability to dispel the wordness like a... Apparently, it can be found on the ship called Andraste, which sank over. However, when I asked those nincompoops about it, they just laughed at me. They said that the Andraste wasn't carrying anything of value, and even if it was, they wouldn't... The Last Voyage of the Andraste by Elvis the Lightkeeper. He was one of the more notable keepers. In his waning years, he became an adjutant. But it's best if you read it yourself. Read it very... Summarize. You should be... Huh, and they say young people don't want to...
Did you hear about the captain's lockdown? Looks like the lads aren't too happy about it.
Yeah, but you know Fergus. He's got a stick up his ass.
Who are you? Another refugee? This place is already crawling with your lot. It's like, in my day, you only saw old, familiar faces round here. It was easier to share with others. Even when... That's so. Fine. Whatever you say. But yeah, I could see that you don't really look like one of them. Just past not so long ago, we'd have sat down and had a drink with the rest of the lads. I don't know. But you could put something on the table, and then maybe we can talk. Thank you. That's better. We used to come here, the three of us. Me, Berg, and Fedley. But lately, something's gotten into Berg, and it all kinda fell apart. Hell knows what happened. One day he just stopped talking to us. We went to his house to get him, but he only cursed a blue streak at us. Say, mate, do you feel like talking to an old obla? I feel bad for him, but I've got no more patience. And Finley. Let's just say Finley's no good at this stuff. Now you're talking. Ever since he got so maudlin, Berg usually sits alone by the sea. Let me know what's wrong with him.
Bloody hell, look at this! The whole place is in a shambles. Bunch of they do nothing but shuffle around, stare at walls, and sleep under leaking roof. I'm telling you, if I was still working here, this place wouldn't be falling apart. Ah, but I'm not. Oh, shite. I can't even stand to look at it, let alone live here. And who are you? What you want? You another one of Durar's freeloaders? I bloody knew it. Retirement my arse. It's shit. Never a moment of peace. At least when I was still working, there was always something to do. Now, so, what you want? One day, my boy got it into his stupid head that old Gaban is ill. Bullshit. They're all telling me I should do something about it, or else I'm done for. I'll be dead as a doornail in no time. Ha! Like hell I will. I'm still here, ain't I? I've served my time. I've lived me life. And now you can all kiss my ass. So there. Peace and quiet. Good one. I'll only have my peace and quiet when I'm finally dead. And that ain't gonna happen soon. At least when I'm with Finley, I don't need to listen to his nagging. Listen, they wanted Heber, that healer from the keep, to come here. He did. They wanted him to look me over. He did. Then he just threw up his hands, mumbled something to himself, and that was it. Hell, I should have been an healer. Wouldn't mind going around being a pain in everyone's arse for a living. These herbs. No idea what they're for. Heber said he doesn't know what's wrong with me, so there's no illness. I'm fit as a fiddle. Ah, good thing that at least the one guy who hangs around, Finley's the name, doesn't nag me all the time. Yeah, right. He'd better focus on his job.
And? Have you read The Last Voyage of the Andraste? Oh, splendid, splendid. Oh, it's an excellent book, don't you think? Now, let's test your reading comprehension. According to Elvis the Lightkeeper, in the mine near the Horns of the South, they found something that they... That's right. This is the artifact I'm looking for. One that might be vital to According to Elvis's description, the figure is smaller than a menhir. Were it small, it would probably have been placed in Captain Lex's quarters. Good. Next quest. What was the Andraste's destination? And you're telling me you've read it? By the All-Mother, come back when you've done more. Have you read? Good. What? Correct. Be very careful with what I'm about. Captain Lex must have thought they'd pay him generously for... Last question. What? Yes. You did well, child. But if you want to know more, ask your keeper friends. They should be now. All you need to do is find the wreck of the Andraste and retrieve the... Oh, if only I knew. It must have happened somewhere on the way between the Horns of the South and the... In the Horns of the South Museum, there are some extremely interesting books and documents lying around and collecting dust. Can you imagine having some... Among them, you'll find the Andraste's logbook, which was saved by Alvis. I go to the Horns of the South Museum, read the logbook.
Oi, Noel! What if I pulled Excalibur from that stone, but it broke, but only at the tip? Would I still get to be king, or not?
You're so daft, Randall. Some magical lass living in a lake gave the king the sword when he broke his own bashing forearm skulls.
What do you want? Who are you? Ha! Guess he's got nobody else to get pissed with. Finley never liked drinking alone with him. Tagden tends to get into one of his moods. And? What? That's all? You're bothering me just because that old rascal is sitting alone in the inn with nobody to natter to. You people, bugger off.
buy something or bugger off. Unless you've already bought from Orla. Then just bugger off.
Pursue potential customers. Listen here, pal. Clearly you don't understand how trading works in a place like this.
I've no idea where you come from, but here, it's the potential customer who needs to pursue the vendor. And that vendor decides to sell to them or not.
It's the vendor who makes the decision, not the other way around. How many people here do you think are offering to exchange goods for coins? I'll tell you, not bloody many.
Yeah, Orla. A woman merchant from the keep. Go on, try giving her your money. I bet she'll just shortchange you and call it a day. She has no wit and no finesse when it comes to trading. I wouldn't mind knowing that myself. She stole a lucrative business contract out from under me and my family, then made herself at home here. Damn those Timberwall merchants.
Everyone's always yammering about Timberwall. Timber this, timber that. Bugger them all. Remember, good business, only with Connacht. Fair prices, no bullshit. I just told you, a business contract. It's an agreement. Two sides. One sells, the other pays. Sometimes you can also exchange material goods. A barter transaction.
But anyway, it fell through. The captain'd rather deal with that woman. Good riddance to him. Well, it's all water under the bridge now. Yes, Connacht. From a merchant family, to be specific. Though I've always wanted to join the Royal Geographers. To chart the uncharted.
But I broke my leg. Badly enough that I couldn't travel anymore.
After the accident, I was stuck at home, sitting on my ass and looking after the books. It was driving me crazy. Not what I wanted from life.
When that contract I told you about fell through, I stayed here for a bit. Lost track of time. My brother got worried, so he came looking for me. I told him I'm not going back empty-handed.
So he said we might as well do business here then. He helped me set up the shop, then left for home. You've never heard of them? They're a guild of explorers, dating back to the Age of Legends. They travel across Avalon, documenting all the lost and forgotten places, crawling through hidden caves, discovering old ruins. That's what LSA and I dreamed of, though only one of us got to live it. Well, a friend from back home. It was a long time ago. We were both snot-nosed kids who didn't know any better. We'd run around Connacht, drawing maps of every corner we could find. And on the farms, LSA insisted on marking every stone in the fields. My mother used to get on my ass for wasting so much paper and charcoal. Good times. She got in with the geographers, started running errands for them. Well, it was right after my accident. I might have, acted a bit rashly. Said some things I shouldn't have. You know how it goes. We stopped talking, and then she left Connacht. Haven't seen her since. Oh yeah? Maybe you wouldn't know a good thing if it bit you right in the ass. I swear, people these days. First thing I did when I arrived was ask the locals what this village is called. And they just said, wait for it, the village. There's also a sunken village nearby. So I asked them what that one was called, and they said, the Sunken Village. So I asked what it was called before it was flooded, and they told me, the Village. How do you even work with that?
Long enough to know what sells. Not that I'd mind having a wider selection of goods, you know. Some more options on offer. But people here don't need much, so what you see is all I have. Then there's the refugees. For now, I guess they're good business. But long term, doubt it. Sooner or later they'll run out of money. They don't have any way to earn it since no one wants them here.
They'll get kicked out, or they'll just leave and not come back. But there'll be others around to keep the businesses running, more or less.
hope Kate isn't making Morris do anything horrible. Do you need help settling in, dear? This isn't the best day to start a new life in this place. What a nasty business with that boy. I'm almost glad my Morris isn't... Oh, I'm not sure, love. I don't move around too much. I just heard about that fight with the road keeper. Him and Patrice make such a lovely young couple. They remind me of Morris and me when we were their age. A dream? Ah, yes. There was one, but I don't quite remember what it was about. I'm sorry, dear. At first, it wasn't so bad, but now it gets worse every day. Don't get me wrong, we have food, we have a roof over our heads, and we're grateful for that. But no one trusts us enough to let us do any work. None of us wants to be a freeloader, as they call us. I wouldn't mind a task or two to earn my keep, and I might not be all hale and hearty, but I've still got two good hands, which is more... I'm sorry, dear. I hope I didn't offend you. I'm still not you. You see, I was born in Little Grove and thought I would live out the rest of my life there. Working in the orchards in the mornings and drinking warm cider with my... We never wanted to see the world. I guess sometimes the world doesn't give us... That's what people say, but I never agreed. I weathered many storms with my Morris, coming out stronger each time. Avalon taught us to cherish the little joys of our everyday life. Without those lessons, we wouldn't have survived what happened. Little Grove was raided by bandits, a local gang that had been terrorizing the area for months, growing in numbers with each raid. That way, Kate made sure nobody would ever help them. My Morris used to be a skilled tanner. Yes, I asked him to. He wanted to run with me, but he was still feverish after the branding. I was worried he'd die on the road. Now, I don't have many kind words for Kate, but she doesn't like her efforts to go to waste. As long as he stayed, she'd make sure he was healed. I hated leaving him there, and I hate to think of what she's making him do, but I hope he's at least still alive. From what I've heard, they decided to stay in Little Grove for a while, drinking my cider to the last drop, no doubt. Not like they have to worry about the authorities. The only ones we saw were the Camelot tax collectors who came by once a year. Other than that, not a uniform in sight since I was a little girl. Oh, Mother bless you, my dear. That's all I could ask for. Please, let me know as... Take care of yourself, love.
Oh, it's you. Did you hear? The keeper was cured. Cole wasn't so lucky. A while ago, one of Fergus's men came by and told us, "You're bloody lucky, Mahon," and that's the only reason we're still allowed to stay in the village. I had a feeling something might change with your involvement. I wish I could tell you more. I wish I could thank you. You tried, and that means a lot. But it's hard. Most of them wanted Cole dead, but Fergus forbade anyone. Since Mahon is getting better, he decided that Cole's fate is in our hands. But if anyone else raises a hand, that cooled the tempers of the keepers and lessened the open hostility from the villagers. Besides, I can't abandon him. Even if he's not exact, I won't ask you to end his agony. How could I? I'll take care of him for as long as he lives. And then... What? No! Cole, I know you probably had, they say, but this one feels like a wound.
You've come to put me... sorry. Just a bit of... Such a mess, isn't it? Cola's alright, and Beatrice... What? Anyway, I'm Ellis. Nice to meet you.
Aye, there was a dream. Strangest bloody thing out. When we woke up, we realised that every one of us had a weird night. But it was Col who really had it rough. Yes and no, to be honest. See, Col was always... And back then, an awful... But this time, I don't know. It felt different. He didn't even bother chatting with Beatrice. Normally, they're a good couple. A real match, if you ask me. No, he didn't talk to me or anyone else in the group. Guess he didn't want us to worry. Especially as...
Well, I'm Ellis. Goldsmithing is my life and passion. And between you and me, I feel like I'm losing my... When I hold tools and make beautiful things... It feels like I can bring some light into this wretched world. I wish I was somewhere where I could just do some goldsmithing, but I'm a bit scared. So, here I am, sitting on my ass in some village listening to waves and the screams of seagulls. I was working as a goldsmith in a group of, let's call them business people. I was once traveling with a caravan that got attacked by him. Their chief was a smart guy. The moment he heard I was a goldsmith, he knew what to do with me. He got me converting all the jewelry they stole into new pieces. Do you want to hear what I did once? Ah, come on. They were just people. They treated me well and respected my work. Everyone thinks that every bandit is a heartless murderer. We went to Timberwall. The gang wanted to rob some merchant's house. We holed up in a seedy tavern and waited for the right moment. Then, one night they broke in. Came back with a whole load of trinkets. Beautiful stuff. The moment I saw it all, I instantly knew what I wanted to craft. They gave me a couple of days. I tinkered for a bit, and then, ta-da! Brand new merchandise. After I was finished, I dressed myself all nice, went to that merchant's house and went, "Good morning, kind sir. I'm a goldsmith. My work is renowned in all of Camelot. Would you be interested in what I have to offer?" You know what he said? "Of course I would." That nonce bought the entire lot, even though I inflated the prices like a street peddler. And when I came back, the others couldn't believe their eyes. I thought I was gonna keel over. I miss that.
Wish I'd stayed asleep.
I've already told you I'm not going anywhere. If you want something from me, then... Oh, I don't know you. I'm Dugald. You're not one of us. And you're not local either.
You could have chosen a better time to come here. Kind of poor ambience, if you know what I mean.
Well, at least we have a roof over our heads.
I heard that Keeper got better. And our call is still the same. Poor man.
My boy Frank and I came here with the others. We left our village because... we had to. Well, I had to. But Frank is a good lad, so he came with me. I took him in, you know?
Found the poor sod at the mill, sleeping in the hay.
He was chilled to the bone back then. But I could tell he'd be a strong lad once he thawed out. He used to help out on the farm.
He's young, but he already has a couple of tattoos. Tribal ones. Means he must have been cast out of the Del Rita.
At first, the people in our village gave him dirty looks. But then they realized he wasn't a bandit.
He was a good, hard-working kid. Then they started to treat him as one of their own. Ah, Frang is a quiet boy, and he doesn't talk much about himself. I feel like those days with the reader are long buried for him. Almost like he never lived them.
What? Ah, yes. The people are making a fuss over nothing. A dream is just a dream. No need to dwell on it.
Roscree. Few shacks and a small field of grain. I was a miller back there. My daughter married a good, hard-working man. Eventually, I gave them the mill.
Still helped around, but wanted to let the young folks learn how to work there. Then this kid, Frang, came along. Everything seemed to be going pretty well.
Of course, something happened. Life here can't just be bearable. Oh no. Everything has to get screwed up somehow. That's the way it goes in this cursed land. My dear Trina and her bairn. They got caught by a weird beast. I started to hit the bottle, and finally, my son-in-law kicked me out. I left Roscree, and so did Frang. He says he has some kind of life debt, and he won't leave me alone until one of us drops dead. No. Nothing to go back to. Although it's hard to get used to something different when you've been sitting on your ass in one place for your whole life. I didn't expect to become a vagabond in my old age. To be honest, I'm a bit confused about what's going on. Usually it was me who yelled at everyone, and now I feel like a drudge. And this nasty thing with Coll. Poor lad. Shouldn't have ended like that. He and Beatrice got along very well. Let me tell you something. When I saw all these wrinklies around here, I thought this place would suit me. But then all this shit happened. I suspect we won't stay here long.
Something happened. Frang listens. Coal in the cage for the rest of his life. This isn't no living. It would have been better to just end it. Frang was never a dull reader. Not without a name. Without a name, you are nobody in the tribe. Like me. And if that lasts too long, you must leave. I left and became Frang. Frang. A name, and not a name. Nothing happened to Frang. A stray taken in by a miller. That's all. Frang cannot be a Dalriada. His mother was. But the tribe decided that he was not worthy of a name. That is why he is not of the tribes. Frang never met the keepers, but the unnamed boy did. Once, a few of them, many years ago, we fought. The unnamed boy survived even though he showed fear. Shouldn't do that. The keepers approached the camp of the boy's people. But that past does not belong to Frang. I'm Frang. Frang doesn't know dream. Frang calls them visions. And yes, Frang had one not long ago. Alone, surrounded by wolves. They were no aggressive, so Frang felt no... Then, I caught the scent of blood and followed it. But I didn't reach the end. The vision stopped. Now, Frang waits for the next one, to see what's ahead.
Wish I'd stayed asleep. The sun doesn't rise the same anymore. They said it would get easier. Each day feels heavier.
Ah, that's you. Do you need something? You did? I thought I heard some... One less thing to worry about, right? Here, you've earned it. And... I'd ask you to fix the refugee barracks, but... well... there's no budget for making people's lives slightly less... we'd have to do with something less spectacular. There are two places around here that could use some fixing up. First, there's the old gate. It used to be a proud marker for our territory. But now it's more of a sorry welcome sign. Then, there's the monument to the sea creature. It's been weathered down by the salty breeze, and honestly, if you could restore them, it would do wonders for morale. And yes, that old hut. The story goes, the last owner, Keeper Galen, threw himself into the sea one stormy night. Some folks whisper of curses or restless spirits. The captain put it up for sale ages ago, but no one's had the guts. If you're thinking of buying it, go for it. Make it your home. Every house deserves someone to... Oh, she's a real piece of work, lad. She came here with her husband. Poor man. I never heard him get a word. You know, sometimes I regret not getting married. But if I had a wife like her... Cool. Oh, the biting refugee! It's a huge weight off my shoulders. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe now we'll actually get some... Well, the thing is, I've always liked the village and the veterans living. Some of them can be real dicks. Take Tadkin, for example. But all in all, it's all... But the moment I took this post, I stopped being Tiernan the drinking buddy and turned into their punching bag. And when I don't meet them immediately, they start yelling and calling me... No... Because clearly, I was the best man for the job. A man with a bad leg. Perfect for running around fixing. I wanted to be a builder. Big things. Lighthouses, bridges. But Dara took one look at me and thought, maybe not the guy who... So they found me something else. Repairs. Patching up what's already standing. Not quite what I dreamed of. But hey... Well, unless you count that one time I got too ambitious. Turns out, hanging tapestries isn't as harmless. No need to tell me that. But I can't just go back to patrolling the walls. I'd be a laughingstock. I'd rather sit here and hope everything works itself out. I mean, everyone's gotta die someday. So whether it's me or them... Well, to be fair, now both of them are so...
Please, state your... Incredible! There's an ogre. As you can... If by some miracle you bring me the... Again? Do you keep bandits' fingers? Go chop off...
It's you, at least Fra. His fate is in their hands. They'll do what they want with it. I'm not going to be responsible for his life. No. I only care that the situation is... That's between her and the captain. Were it up to me, she'd be long gone. Her...
You're back! Hi! I told you, Ron is a good guy. And here's a little something for you. You know I pay well. Yes? You're really good at this today. Wait. Oh. I understand. For so many years, I've been afraid to open this letter. Well, it is what it is. And I've been wondering why no one wants to talk to me. I thought... But... Why are you talking? Anyway, may the All-Mother bless your path. See you next time.
It's nice to have a break.
Do you mean the document with information about the course, weather, position, and speed of... More specifically, the document from the bridge of the Andraste, which sank tragically in nearby waters? Here it is, though I doubt those records will tell you anything, since... Oh, no, we know that. You should have mentioned that you're looking for the wreck of the Andraste. Every keeper knows that the Andraste was swallowed by the ocean. It's near what's currently known as... Oh, truly? I never What do they teach you in those rural schools? Likely nothing, but you are fortunate. For Saras, the flagship of King Arthur's fleet, was a group of unfortunate individuals, and several smaller vessels, all of this in them. Naturally, such King Arthur ordered Merlin to summon a terrible... He did so to prevent... He wisely believed that returning to their homeland's honor and glory, had more people followed the rebels' example, Avalon...
This is my lucky day.
Your armor won't save you.
Is that supposed?
Back to your hovel, coward.
I suppose it has. A pity it has become a hunting ground for bandits. But do not worry, my friend. Let us walk this path and make me whole again. I will restore this island to the glory it deserves, the King's Road included.
Stay sharp. his heart. Your road ends here. Your money or your life. We'll make short work. We'll make short work. You'll regret this. Your gold belongs to us. Your money or your life. Something's not right.
хорошее.
Yes? Who are you? Did Albert Albertus send you? I've told you 1,000 times I'm not leaving. This place is perfect for me. At last, I have the space to explore the limits of culinary delights. You'll never understand, you bunch of cabbage heads. Your taste buds have long been dulled by fried cheese, fried fish, and oil. Oil everywhere, the goddamn oil. Oh, so you're not one of Albert's yes men. I hope you'll forgive this egregious lapse in my manners. I never thought that after the entrance was buried, anyone unfamiliar with my situation would find their way here. But first things first. My name is Rumpold Fenini. I used to be the most renowned chef in Camelot, but now I am an outcast. Doomed to forever search, misunderstood by plebeians with no taste.
I've discovered, no, I've reached the limits of taste. And when I gazed into that abyss, I realized that all my past efforts were doomed to fail. You see, the logical conclusion of creating the most delicious food is something that flips the pleasure of eating on its head and brings it to the other side. Food so delicious, so extraordinary, that the pleasure turns into pain. Because, you see, it's only through pain that we can truly reach pleasure. Now, listen carefully. Sour herring and cheese. Perhaps, but it's not supposed to sound, it's supposed to be seen. For what is virtue if you don't first know vice? This experience is meant to embody the essence of flavor transgression. Culinary norms and rules, they're nothing but simple amusements for the masses, limitations meant only to expose the cracks within them. Why don't you try it yourself? Though I must warn you, there's no turning back from this path. Once you've tasted the effects of my culinary transgression, nothing will ever be the same. Here's the recipe for my sour herring with cheese. The ingredients are for you to obtain. It must be your own path. Just remember, it requires a special herring. If I recall correctly, a good fishing spot was... Here, I've marked it on your map. My acolyte of culinary delights. Does he now? Why? I don't offer paid lessons, and I certainly don't run the... I can't think of any reason Captain Hubert would send his men here. Sorry? Oh, a change in command there. Interesting. I do hope Captain Hubert is... He was very kind to me when I stayed at the Keeper's Fort. Oh dear, I could ask what year it is, but honestly, I finally found my place, and... Rules are...
company. Oh, you'll regret this. I'll make you pay for that. Take that. Your rodents here. Your rodents here. goes there.
Rumpled? What are you talking about? You found someone alive in there? Wait, Rumpled? The one who disappeared centuries ago? The chef obsessed with herring and cheese? All that effort. Oh my god. I'm crying. Honestly, I thought it was about the lost treasures of the Dauriata, maybe an army of undead berserkers, something that would... You have no idea how scared I was of this job. All right, I'm feeling better now. Do you need any...
Please. Oh. But it was... So now his... Do you keep bandits' fingers as trophy? Do you keep... I can't believe you actually did it. A blade buried in that giant box. And please, accept Camelot's official gratitude. Go chop off...
Yeah, you just wait until they let me. Come a little closer. Nobody asked your opinion. Maybe I was drunk, or the gate was but all is not lost. We can still be friends. Listen, just put something. I'm not guarding the gate right this second, am I? Come on. Oi, that's for me. Me a throw past.